butterflies, fish, etc. Uganda boasts of the best wilderness tourism sites.
President Museveni stressed the significance of biodiversity for human survival, noting Uganda's rich natural diversity. He reaffirmed government's commitment to investing in tourism, a major contributor to the country's foreign exchange earnings.
Development of infrastructure and tourism support services is crucial for a vibrant tourism industry. Electricity grid, ICT infrastructure have been extended to most tourism attractions. Government has constructed tourist trails and rescue facilities on Mount Rwenzori and is exploring the possibility of electricity cables on Mount Rwenzori.
Minister Matia Kasaija urged Ugandans to protect wetlands and other natural habitats to mitigate human-wildlife conflicts.
Banywanyi bange batata na bamama nkanywa kurolerera enkurakurana yihanga linumbye obugayiga abantu bamuke ombisharu kandi yiteka likwija kamba ibiro katoyita ushange roli mu tandika kushara amagezo koraki kurugamu ombisharu.
Tourism Minister Kano Tom Butime assured continued dedicated service to the country.
Honorable Prime Minister, with your usual support, existing and future partnerships, we are very confident, highly optimistic that we shall achieve more and overcome the challenges that exist in the sector.
Now, residents of Ntinda have protested against increased land wrangles in the area, calling for the resident city commissioner's intervention. The residents protested after they were evicted from their houses by a private security company, saying it was illegal and unfair.
Row erupted in Ntinda on Commercial Road over the weekend after a family was evicted and thrown out of the house by a private security company.
Someone was saying that I can shoot. They don't know.
The land, measuring an acre, housed the family of more than 10 members. However, another person also claimed the ownership of the same land.
Unfortunately, our parents passed away, and right now what is happening is that we have been evicted from our own home. Yes. Despite having court orders, despite having injunctions, we get no help from the police. And right now, as we speak, private security jumped over our fence and they beat us up in the middle of the night and kicked us out of this property. Imagine. They are called Magnum Security. They do not have any respect for any court orders that we have. They do not have any respect for the law itself.
They just jumped on us. Imagine a man cocks a gun, and he puts it on your belly, telling you to get out. Within seconds, like he's saying, he's going to fire. What is that? This is Magnum Security, which we are talking about. And that's what they are doing to us. That's why we are insisting. That's why we are protesting.
In a protest by the residents over the weekend, they called for justice.
All of us, we grew up here, we've come here. If this issue is in court, why would they bring private security? Why isn't police here?
Go for help. We have gone to court. We have every order. We have every injunction. These people have no respect for the law. Where does a Ugandan get help from? We need help.
Family members acknowledged that the land has been contested for long, but says the matter was still in court and it was illegal to evict them before the matter is disposed by the court.
Semakula Yusuf is one who purports to own this place. But even that ownership that he's talking about, if he's the owner, he should go to the courts and sort it out through the courts. But he's taking shortcuts.
The resident city commissioner Nakawa Division, Sheikh Kasim, visited the contested piece of land and pledged to summon a meeting with the aggrieved parties to resolve the matter.
The way forward is this. That tomorrow, Monday, I will write a letter calling for an abrupt security meeting on Tuesday morning. The meeting shall be attended by the contesting parties, but also all parties involved in the deployment of the security on your property. So I expect a team and her team, I expect the other party, but with documents, because I hear there are court orders which I have not seen.
Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
Philip Aguta with that story. Now, the Presidential Chief Executive Officers Forum has been engaging with farmers and various stakeholders in the agricultural sector to benchmark best practices in agro-processing. This follows a 4-day tour in Nebi, Yumbe, Gulu, Lira and Agago districts. We have more in this story.
Northern Uganda has over half of Uganda's arable land and receives abundant rainfall, presenting a potential for agriculture. The region is already a major supplier of cassava, simsim, shea butter, soya bean and fruits. But farming is at subsistence level where farmers are unable to fully capitalize the opportunities.
This community needs support for tractor because the oxen cannot do much during dry season and the rain is unpredictable. You're running to time with the rain. So the tractor can help us maybe in the preparation of land earlier, and then the oxen can support when the rain comes.
One of the challenges is the market.
Quality of inputs and cost. Government must step in. If we do not have the district farm institutes and the NAROs of today, rising to the occasion, we are wasting time.
While Uganda is a distribution hub for South Sudan and the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, supplies are often kept in bonded facilities in Kampala, increasing costs due to long distance. The operationalization of the Gulu Logistics Hub is expected to address this challenge of distribution.
So it's meant to improve on our exports, mainly those that are grown within the region. It's also one way of reducing costs of doing business. Instead of people taking cargo to be cleared in Kampala or at Legu around the borders, now cargo can come directly up to Gulu Logistics Hub, which is the center within the region, northern region.
Additionally, the Agents for Accelerated Regional Development and stakeholders are seeking to empower small-scale farmers.
We have formed quite a number of cooperatives, and we can say that not all of them are 100% doing well. But there are some that we are proud to be part of. There are those that are struggling, but we are using that as a learning point.
Government has also selected Northern Region to host the 5th biannual Private Chief Executive Officers Retreat, scheduled for April in Gulu City. This has begun with a field visit to various sites with the aim of understanding challenges and realistic options for supporting agro-industrialization in northern Uganda.
Northern Uganda is ready for world-class commercial agriculture because they have land. You've had in the discussion we've had with the farmers.
The morning to convene them to always engage with government on key policy initiatives that add value.
Sectors to achieve the National Development Plan 3 and Vision 2040. Nahoho Rashid Matselele reporting for UBC TV.
We'll stay in northern Uganda momentarily, and where to say that menstruation still remains a big challenge leading to girls' absenteeism and dropout in rural schools. Now, with the lack of guidance and support from parents, majority of girls at primary level are unable to manage their menstrual cycle in a dignified and healthy way. Eddie Olua reports.
The onset of menstruation means a new phase and new vulnerability in the lives of adolescents. It is even worse in the rural communities due to poverty, limited exposure, lack of facilities and menstrual hygiene products. Pamela Wuma is a senior woman teacher at Akokoro Primary School in Apache District.
Most of the parents, they don't even give their girls pads. Girls were just like that.
It is estimated that 1.8 billion people across the world menstruate monthly. Millions of these girls and women are unable to manage their menstrual cycle in a dignified, healthy way. Pamela, a senior woman teacher, says many adolescent girls face stigma, harassment and social exclusion during menstruation at school.
There are many girls who are suffering with their menstruation. Even boys used to insult them.
There are a lot of girls who have dropped out because they lack those PSC messages.
Stephen Ogangi, a parent in Apache, says boys need to be included in the campaign against menstrual stigma.
And when a sister is suffering without those pads, it affects the boys. And if a family continue buying, every time buying, okay, the family will lack even money to send boys to school.
People living along the lakes, their mindset are different. They don't care even to educate their children, mostly girl child.
But besides affecting school attendance, menstrual hygiene can also have serious health consequences on girls.
At the installation, I thought of buying the disposable one, but I decided to think of the reusable one.
Inner Wheel Club of Uganda, under their theme Shining a Light, is currently skilling both boys and girls in making reusable sanitary pads. This is to help girls address their own challenges with the support from boys.
The other pads that were disposing has been always a challenge. You can't dump it in the pit, it will fill very fast. You can't put it on the land, it cannot decay. So the reusable pads is really environmental friendly and cost effective.
The school also received a donation of scholastic materials in appreciation of their academic performance last year. For the first time after 30 years, Akokoro Primary School registered one pupil in first grade. Eddie Olwa, UBC.
24 minutes after 1 in the studios of UBC TV. We'll take a short break and we'll be returning with the latest in business.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock on my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting it. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
As Uganda and as UBTS, we are hosting a high-level scientific blood transplant congress from the 4th to the 7th of March at Peak Resort, Munyonyo. I call upon everybody to come and attend this important congress where we shall share knowledge, expertise, and new innovations in the field of blood.
Ebisera by'okusaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu keno kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripsi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *855*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erunganisibwa banka enkulu ya Uganda.
Welcome back, and this is Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangama. Let's have a look now at what's happening in the world of business. Various public, private and civil society organizations have been recognized in different categories for excelling in providing excellent employment for Uganda's workforce. This was at the Federation of Uganda Employers' 18th Annual Employers Awards of the Year 2023 dinner held at Speak Resort, Munyonyo. Wadulo Mark Arnold gives us more.
The Federation of Uganda Employers is determined to fulfill its mandate of boosting productivity and a quality Ugandan workforce.
We are looking at productivity. We're looking at competitiveness of a company. So what can you do to make your company more competitive?
At this 2023 Employers Awards of the Year, several organizations have been recognized for managing talent sustainably while fostering innovation in various sectors of the economy. It is common for most Ugandan organizations to struggle catching up with evolving trends. However, embracing challenges and rewarding workers has been cited to foster company growth.
We should focus on the internal dynamics, because that is where we will actually see the challenges that our organizations are struggling with.
Represented at the dinner, the International Labour Organization asserted the need for cooperation between government and private sector.
So we want for all these three partners or three parties to come together and have dialogue and talk about issues that essentially promote decent work.
Notable awards were given to MTN for gold, Nile Breweries for silver, and Uganda Breweries Limited for bronze, all for overall employers of 2023. Wadulo Mark Arnold for UBC.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. Thank you so much for having kept us company. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed afternoon.
Amabala ni Sanyu Grace.
My name is Sanyu Grace and I reside in Chitebutula.